Time, space, matter. The dark matter Stargate, I now activate through the 100 meeting point of my spirit. In this dimension and all others, it is.
Now, I didn't really know how to start this video because as you guys can see, this guy is on a whole nother level compared to the other people I've covered on this channel. He goes by Dr. Imhotep 9000 on TikTok and has picked up a solid following. His videos are some of the most schizophrenic things I've seen on the app, and that's saying a lot. Speaking of schizos on TikTok, this guy reminds me of the guy who thought he was the leader of the Illuminati I made a video about a while back. I'll put a card on screen for that video in case you wanted to watch it. But the reason I brought this guy up is because he, like our new friend Dr. Imhotep over here, has some random ass trinkets on his forehead, which looks to be some copper wire he wrapped around his head and attached a leaf looking thing to the top. I don't know if this reoccurring theme holds any significance, but I just thought I'd put that out there. Now, why don't we indulge in another one of this guy's videos?
The dark matter Stargate is now activating.
I apologize for cutting the video so soon, but can we just acknowledge the fact this guy is in what seems like to be a public area in this video? And also at the top it says 5 trillion extraterrestrial families are aligned with my master within the soul. Now I pray that this guy isn't going up to random families that are minding their own business in public to make sure they are aligned with the dark matter Stargate he seems to be so fixated on. If you want to do this sort of thing on your own in private, be my guest, but I just find it kind of weird he's taking this into public.
And all frequencies, dimensions, and extraterrestrial contact, 5 trillion 40 billion extraterrestrials. We are aligned.
My biggest takeaway from this video is that all the extraterrestrials are aligned, whatever the hell that means. I forgot to mention this before, but he seems to be holding an ice cube with a dookie stain on it throughout the entire video. Now I'm more curious on where he obtained this item than whatever the hell he was yapping about. Also, I really like this image I chose because it reminds me of when I was a kid and I'd find a really cool rock outside and I'd go and show it to my mom. The fact that he even has a singular tooth poking out of his mouth right there just makes it all the more perfect.
Dark matter Stargate, the extraterrestrials have come back.
Now, wouldn't you look at that, the crazy man on TikTok learned how to use text-to-speech technology, yet he still tried to talk over it. Also, now that we're here, we may as well inspect the drip for this video. He now has some cool looking rocks attached to the copper wire. Oh, and we cannot forget the wire coming out of his beard as well. It just complements it perfectly.
This is not a game. 5 trillion 40 billion extraterrestrials is a real thing.
You guys can probably tell at this point, but this video has a completely different vibe than all the others. He seems much more serious, but I don't know how you're supposed to take this guy seriously when he has a copper wire sticking out of his beard. Like when he said, "This is not a game." I'm genuinely curious if he thought that was a badass voice line that would have had the viewers quivering in their boots. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, what we have just watched was a 15-second clip of a grown-ass man silently throwing up random-ass gang signs in public for a TikTok video. The caption says, "Dark Matter Stargate QI Healing Technology." Now, I have so many questions, like what the hell is QI and who is bro using this healing technique on? Perhaps he is protecting himself from some intergalactic ops that travel through the dark matter Stargate. It seems these questions can only be answered by someone who has aligned themselves with the dark matter Stargate, otherwise known as someone with a mental illness.
The dark matter Stargate
Andrew
must
Tate is
activate.
guilty of stepping against the Matrix and the elites. You cannot escape the Matrix. You can only master the dark matter Stargate and become Avatar.
That was a lot to take in there, so let's dissect it piece by piece. First and foremost, Andrew Tate is now canon in the Dark Matter Stargate lore. I know the top G always yaps about escaping from the Matrix, but I had absolutely no clue it was related to the Dark Matter Stargate. And honestly, I feel so dumb right now for not putting the pieces together after all this time. Also, this video is a prime example of how Imhotep is not only extremely attractive, but he's also a very wise teacher, like some sort of wizard. And can we also talk about the way he said Avatar at the end? It's like he's trying to seduce me.
Your soul is limitless and vibrating through your body.
I don't know if you guys have noticed, but the captions on these videos are slowly getting more and more incomprehensible. Just listen to this out loud. Supreme Master, escaping the Matrix, bring it to you. No need escaping the Matrix system. I feel like if you asked a crack addict on the street to write a poem, it would sound something like that.
Escaping the matrix is silly. Andrew Tate, understand that. That's why they got you jacked up. Be an avatar, and all else will follow.
Now this video is definitely my favorite one. I like how he's actually staying extremely consistent with the Dark Matter Stargate lore throughout all of his videos, and he used the phrase jacked up out of nowhere, which I was not expecting at all. And to top it all off, he got an Android notification at the end. A lot of people on the internet try not to disrespect Andrew Tate because of a modern day meat riding, but on the other hand, we have this random ass guy on TikTok with copper wires sticking out of his beard, calling him silly and is trying to teach him about the Matrix.
The dark matter Stargate Qigong, medical Qigong technology will allow you to not only escape the nuclear war, but you will be able to tune in to where it will be. Dark matter Stargate, I now activate.
It's about damn time this guy stopped gatekeeping and explained his healing powers. Me personally, I was getting pretty worried about the nuclear war and was wondering what the hell I was gonna do. But now, all I have to do is use Amhotep's healing technology and I'm basically set for life. All I need is some copper wire and a few rocks.
Hotep, in 15 seconds I'll tell you what you need to do to survive the nuclear war that's coming. Number one, align yourself with the dark matter Stargate frequency and open portals within.
So you're telling me all I have to do is align myself with the dark matter Stargate frequency and open portals? He could have just said that in the first place. Okay, so that were some of his videos I found on his TikTok, but this guy also has a YouTube channel. I only found this because I told my friends I was making a video on this guy, and for whatever reason, they knew his YouTube channel. So let's just take a quick look at that. Yep, that was the whole video. I don't really watch YouTube Shorts, but I'm pretty sure you're supposed to have something interesting in your videos so people will want to watch it. But instead, we have a guy holding a crystal while staring at his phone. Anyways, this last video I'm going to show you guys is kind of insane. It's titled Dark Matter Stargate is the Solution. COVID is the New Iron Mountain, created 2 years ago. Now, I was curious to see this guy's perspective on COVID now that it's pretty much over, so I went into the transcript and typed COVID in the word search just to see what he said about it in his video. I'll just show you guys how that went. So basically, this guy made a 7-minute and 21-second video about COVID, but doesn't even mention it once. And you guys may be wondering with those 7 minutes, what did he say? Well, basically, it's the same BS he says in all of his TikToks, talking about the dark matter Stargate and aligning with frequencies and so on. This guy has to be at least in the top 3 biggest yappers on the internet at this current moment in time. Even with such a waste of time video, he did manage to get a singular comment on it from Joshua Wheeler 7039 saying, "Very cool, thank you, Amhotep." Now, whether or not this guy is genuinely trying to help people, rack up views, or he's just crazy, I really did enjoy hearing this guy talk about the whole Dark Matter Stargate lore. And one day, who knows, maybe aligning yourself with the Dark Matter Stargate may help us sometime in the future. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and feel free to hit that like button and maybe even subscribe if you're feeling extra generous. I read and appreciate all of the comments I receive as well, especially on my last video. There should be a card on screen for that video just in case you wanted to watch it. I'll just end off this video by saying I love you all very, very much. Peace out.